Okay, so I don't have that long because I'm meeting with a photographer today. She's awesome. I'm going to leave her links below. I have like maybe 10 minutes to make this video. I want this here. It's so comfortable. Oh, okay. I'm comfortable now. So I wanted to make this video today because I had a lot of feedback on yesterday's video and I left a lot of stuff out. I'm just going to be honest with you. Maybe it's a sign for me to start taking notes and just like following, like maybe I could have like a bullet point here and there and be like, okay, this topic, this topic, this topic. So I left something really, really, really important out, and I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough, but this is like everything. This is like everything, okay? So there's a pandemic of loneliness going on right now. I say this in the beginning of every one of my videos because I don't remember who I was listening to. It was probably Ed Milet, because I don't consume a lot. I try to create more than what I consume because I just don't want to be clouded with other people's opinions or anything. I want it to just be genuine and pure, and I want you to get that from me. So anyways, I was listening to Ed Milet, I think it was a few weeks ago, and he was saying that what's going on right now, there is a huge pandemic. I'm going to try to use my words carefully because verbatim, I'm not going to be able to repeat it verbatim. I'm just like not that person. If you tell me something verbatim, I'm going to forget. I'm like, I don't know, this said this. Like, no, it's telephone. We're doing telephone right now. There's a lesson in itself. Don't play telephone. If someone said something and you're like, oh my God, they said that. And the girl's like, yeah, they said that. Go to the source. Okay, that's a lesson, but also off on a tangent. So basically what he said was, more than accidents, more than sickness, more than anything in the world right now, suicide is the number one reason why people are dying right now. That was shocking for me to hear because it just is. It's just disgusting. It's shocking. I think about my partner. I think about my children. I think about my friends. I think about my family. I think about you guys. And that to me is alarming. So I heard that statistic, I think right around like maybe a month ago or a couple months ago, and I ran with it. And I'm like, I'm going to create videos to help people understand how valuable they are and how loved they are. And I feel like a lot of content online, and I know there's a lot of really wonderful creators out there, and I love watching a few of them. And if I come across a few that I really like, I will put their links below. Like, there is enough room for everybody here. But what I was getting at is, I feel like there's a gap of realness. There's no realness in these videos, and I want this to be a space where there's real conversation, there's real things going on, and you feel like you're just having a conversation with one of your friends. Even though I can't hear you, I can't, whatever, leave a comment below. I want to know who you are. I want to know where you come from. I want to create a community within YouTube where people know that they are loved and they are heard and they are seen. And if I could help pave the way, that's freaking awesome. I also too, I am naturally very optimistic. Like, my partner tells me that I'm delusional, which I am in a sense, and it is definitely a coping mechanism, but it's a healthy coping mechanism. Like, I could be out there doing crazy things and I'm not. I'm just delusionally optimistic, which has gotten me very far. My point with this is, I am delusionally optimistic, but lately I've been feeling a little like heaviness, and I don't think it's just me. I think it's everyone feeling it. So I really wanted to share this with you, and I know we're like 4 minutes in and I haven't even gotten to the point yet. Welcome to the channel. Okay, welcome if you're new here. Hello. And if you're not new here, then thank you for showing up. Pat yourself on the back for being here, because you could be watching anything you want right now and you're watching me. And listen, time wasted is time never found again. So thank you for allowing me to pour into your life and take this advice. And I'm probably giving you agita right now because I'm like, let me give you some advice. If you didn't have a stroke yet, that's a good thing. All right, I'm going back. Going back. So I'm also going to butcher this story, but I'm going to do my very best to give it to you the way that it was presented to me. And I wrote it in my notes. I can't hold it up. I was getting my oldest son uniforms yesterday for his new school, and their Wi-Fi went out. So I was in line for literally 2.5 hours holding Valentino, and he's a heavy baby. My arm feels like it's going to fall off, so I can't hold it. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. So I'm going to butcher it. I'm going to do my very, very best to give it to you the way that it's meant to be told. But before I get into this, stop putting yourself last. Stop pouring from an empty cup, because you can't. Stop letting those people bring you down. Stop needing their approval. Stop caring what people say. Stop. Honestly, how many minutes are we in? Because I know that if you swear a certain amount of minutes in, they like don't monetize it. Fucking who cares? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about anything? Really? Who cares? But you need to care about you, and you need to care about your life, because if you don't, nobody will. Nobody cares, okay? Nobody freaking cares. Nobody cares what you look like. Nobody cares what you're doing. Nobody cares about anything until you're doing really good, and then they start to care. Okay? You need to care about you. And this brings me into the story. Finally, 6 minutes in, okay? It took me a really, really, really long time to understand this. It took me a really long time for this to click in my head. I heard this and I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. And I wish I heard this a really long time ago. But I'm going to share this with you now. And hopefully you carry this through the rest of your life. And I know I will. Okay. So there's a father and a son. And they're working on a project together. And the project just so happens to be an antique car. And the son says to the father, I want to sell this and I want to make money off of it. And the dad says, okay, great. Well, that was the point of the project. So why don't you pick 3 places you could go to try and sell this car that we've been working on, an antique car we've been working on. So the son brings the antique car to a pawn shop. Place number 1. That's where the son brings this thing first. And the guy at the counter looks at it and he goes, I'll give you $500 for it. And the kid is all excited and he calls his dad and he's like, oh my God, guess what? Dad, they said they're going to give me $500 for it. I know we dumped in like $600, and a lot of time, but like that's a good amount of money. And the dad says, okay, just be patient. That's great. Just be patient. Just be patient and go to the 2 other places that you said you were going to go to. And mind you, I think the dad helped the son along the way to pick the places, and you'll understand why I say this later. So the son hangs up the phone and goes to location number 2. This guy he met off of, I don't know, Facebook Marketplace, let's just say. And he meets up with a guy, and the guy's like, wow, okay, cool. You guys did this for a project? This is so cool. Cool, man. Respect. I would like to buy this from you. I have cash in hand right now. I'll give you $1,500. And the kid is like, Dad? Calls his dad, Dad, I'm done. Like, this is amazing. This is awesome. I cannot believe. And the dad's like, that's great. But what did we say? We're going to go to the 3 places. We're going to be patient. Okay. And this kid's like, okay, fine. I won't sell it. Maybe I will, maybe. No, don't sell the car. Go to the 3rd place. So the son says to the guy, okay, I'm sorry. I have one more place to go. I might be back, but hold on. So the son goes to the 3rd place. The 3rd place was an older gentleman, and the older gentleman just so happened to be an antique car collector, but he only collected certain cars. So the son might have thought, I don't know, like, how worth my time is here, because what if he's not serious and like he's all in his head, okay? But he goes there and the guy is like, wow. Oh my God. Just like that. Oh my God. No, he's like astounded by this car, by this antique truck. He's like, dude, this is amazing. Me and my father used to do the same thing. And now I do this and I collect them to give to my son and to my grandchildren so they can carry on. So needless to say, this man was very invested and very involved in the antique car thing. I know this is not our vibe here. We're not usually talking about antique cars, but we're almost there. The guy offers him $25,000 cash. Son calls the dad and he's like, Dad, I get it. Okay. The moral of the story here, and I butched it and I made it my own, but guess what? It needed a little pizzazz. The moral of the story here is that not everybody is going to see your worth. The moral of the story here is some people are going to see your worth, but they don't want to pay up what you're worth. So they're only going to give you not even a sliver of what you're worth, hoping that you don't know better, so that way you take that offer. And some people are going to see your worth, know your worth, and value you, and give you exactly what is meant to be yours. Exactly the, exchange of whatever it is. Like, it wasn't just that he spent a lot of time on this project. It was that it was antique, it was special, and he worked on it with his father, and it was very valuable to him. Okay, the first person was like, I could flip this and make a pretty penny. Let me swindle this kid. This kid has no idea what he's doing. The second guy, he probably just thought, well, he's young and dumb, and, 1,500 is a good amount of money. It's not the, whatever. And he probably just wanted to be greedy with it. And the third guy was like, he really saw the beauty in it, the depth behind it, the intent, just everything in it, and really wanted to match that and give him that, because he knew, okay, I'm going to spend $25,000, but that's what this is worth. Maybe a little bit more, but that's what this is worth. I'm going to give him what it's worth, and it's going to be passed on for generations. So it's worth it to me to spend that amount of money on that. When I heard this story, I changed the whole structure of my business. I'm just going to be honest with you. I restructured my whole business model. I changed the whole damn thing. Because can you relate? Have you been in situations, and I know you have, where someone didn't take you serious, or they didn't value you, or they tried to lowball you and give you less than what you were worth? I have. Raise your hand. Okay, in relationships, in business, in many situations. And it wasn't until I truly understood my value and what I was worth to a freaking T that started to come in and become my reality. For instance, relationships. And I wonder if you can relate on this too. Like, I was going to pawn shops for relationships. And like, it's okay. We've all been there. We've all done that. But it's not until you're like, no, actually, what do you bring to the table? Bitch, I am the table. And I'm the food and the meal and the home, and I'm everything. Like, the table is just a sliver of what's going on here. Okay, so no, I'm not settling for that shit anymore. So I just want you to know that you need to know your worth. You need to know that you're valuable. But if you don't believe it and you don't understand it to be something that is like so deeply inside of you, you're going to sell yourself short every single freaking time. You're going to go to place number 1 every single time, and there's never going to be a change. You're going to be like, oh, great, I got this. Like, yeah, you got that, but like, you could get so much more. And it's not about what you're getting necessarily, okay? I don't want this to be like, you're only getting a little bit. It's all about you. It kind of is, though. It kind of is all about you, okay? Like, you need to change your mindset just a little bit. And I know I sound extreme, but if you don't know, I'm kind of an extreme person, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But also, it is about you. It is about what you're worth. It is about what they're giving you. Because I have been in really shitty relationships, and I wonder if you have too. But if nothing changes, nothing changes. And if you allow those things to keep happening, well, they're going to just keep happening. Same things with jobs. I remember, and I wonder if you can relate to this as well, when you first start working and they're like, I'll give you $12 an hour. I did actually work for $9 an hour in high school, and I thought that was the best thing in the world. But after high school, and I was in the dental field, because I was in the dental field for like forever, but they were like, we'll give you $12 an hour. And I was like, absolutely effing not. I will not work for $12 an hour. Like, what do you want me to do? Live in my car? No effing way. So it wasn't until I used my voice, and I wasn't paying bills. I was just buying stuff, but the point is, unless you speak up, you're never going to get what you want. And I have a tangent to go off of the job thing. Okay, so I have a friend, and me and this friend, we're in the same profession. We were in the dental field, and I have done it and did it for a really, 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 really long time, in the midst of everything. Like I've done it, I did it for a really long time. And I did it like a substitute teacher, I would do substitute dental assisting. And I'm telling you this story for a reason, so just hold on. I'm telling you my personal things, not to be like, oh, me. I'm telling you so you can learn from me, so like you could be in a situation again and be like, oh, I could do it this way. I didn't know that. I wish I had someone to mentor me, but I didn't. I figured out everything basically the really effed up hard way. Like I've learned a lot of really crazy lessons in a really crazy roundabout way that could have been way simpler, but nobody guided me. No one told me that like life could be this way. So I'm trying to help you. Back to the story. I was travel assisting, and when you travel assist, you make a lot more. And I remember talking to one of my friends not that long ago. He's also dental assisting, and he said to me, oh, I'm working at this office and they're paying me, these are example numbers kind of. He's like, oh, they're paying me 20 an hour. And I said, I will literally not work and temp. It's called temping. I will not go and do any type of work ever again unless I'm getting 30 to 35 an hour. And like that is hand to the man. No freaking way. If you're not paying me 35 an hour, there's the door. And I remember going into these like pre-interviews with these offices and then being like, well, we'll give you like 10 an hour. And I'm like, no, I can't live off of 18 an hour. At the time, I'm like, I have 2 kids, I have a home, a car, a phone, bills I need to pay for. If you want someone to work with for you for 18 an hour, I'm sure you'll find it, but they will absolutely probably suck. And then your turnover rate will absolutely suck. You're going to have to bring in another person the next day, if not next year, if you end up hiring them, because they suck. You get with your pay what you pay for. So you could either pay me the 30 to 35 an hour to temp for you and like, have me here a few days a week, or I'm leaving. And like that's that. And I will tell you, I had mixed reviews. I had some people say, you're out of your effing mind, because that's what the hygienists get paid, like a step above what I was doing. And I had some people be like, I respect that. Like, you're here with me all day. You are side by side with the dentist all day long doing more. I mean, they do a lot more work, but you're doing a lot of work. And I'm like, dude, I'm with you all damn day and you're making a lot of money. So I should be making at least some money. Not like scraps, okay? No, thank you. I don't want your scraps. I want to make real money. This is my career, and I take my career serious. And if you don't take me serious, I don't take you serious, and somebody else will. And I swear to God, I'd say that in interviews. And I will say majority, I was taken more serious and was called back to do jobs because I took myself serious and I presented myself in such a way. And I'm telling you that because of the story. Again, if you go to place number 1 and they're like, we'll give you $500, they're going to give you that $500 every single time, but it's not what you're really worth. You want to be like making the most out of every situation because you know your value. Same thing when it comes to relationships. You could be in crappy relationships literally forever, but it's not until you say, no, I'm done with that. I don't want place number 1. I don't even want place number 2. I want place number 3 where people value me, or that person values me, knows, you know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying. So that story to me just like changed my life. So now I'm bringing it into the career side of things. If you have a career, if you have a business, you need to raise your prices. You just need to raise your prices. There's a lot of inflammation going on. The world is a crazy place. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need to get paid to run a business for someone. For me, for example, I'm a social media manager, content creator. If I'm creating for you and I'm working with you, you are paying top dollar, but it's because you're getting the best. You're getting what you're paying for. You are getting quality work. Now, if you go to pay someone $500 for the month, which, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. When I first started my business up again, I had someone say to me, and I will never do this again, and I will spill the tea right here, right now for you, because you're 19 minutes in, you deserve the tea. I had a salon owner, and I'm not afraid. Listen, if you F me over and my friends over, I'm not going to talk bad about you, but if someone asks me, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell them exactly what happened. I was at that point $2,500 a month for my services. Now for that service, I'm like $3,300 to $3,500 a month. And the reason why I'm that much money is because if you think about a full-time employee, what are they making at the end of the month? They're making minimum wage. I don't know where you live, but here in my area, for what I'm doing and what I used to do, minimum wage-ish is kind of like $3,000 to $3,500 to $4,000 a month. So if you want me working on your business full time, creating content, creating this, taking the clips, editing the clips, putting it here, putting it there, blah, blah, blah. It is a lot of work. It's very time consuming. You are going to be paying me that much because that's what I'm worth. At least for right now. I might even go up. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being real. I do have other packages that you could choose from that are not as time demanding and consuming for me, and you could pay a lot less. But let's get back to the story. I am like dying in this. Like, I just didn't want to film in my office today because the baby's taking a nap. That's typically when I film rant. So this person was like, oh, well, my budget's $500. And this person really wanted to work with me for a really long time. Yeah, right. That's what I was told. Place number one. And I was like, yeah, sure, okay. And I really did want to work with this person. Like, I really, really, really wanted to work with them. But I was putting in the most work, like the most. And I was only getting paid $500 a month. They ended up being absolutely effing horrible. They were the worst client I've ever had. I never talk badly about clients, and please, God, forgive me. But it was a nightmare. And that's because, and that was the first time in my career that I learned that you need to learn how to say no. You need to learn that everyone is out for their own good, basically, for the most part. And know your worth. Know your worth, and don't let anyone like tell you otherwise. Take your time and be patient with the things that you're doing, because you deserve to have the best. And I know, like I said, there's a pandemic of loneliness going on, which means there's depression going on, which means there's this, and this going on. Like, I know that all this stuff is going on, and you might not feel in your best state of mind. You might not feel your best self. You might not look your best self. You might not anything, but I'm not saying fake it till you make it. I don't like that. I don't like the verbiage on that, fake it till you make it. But show the fuck up for you. Be the voice for you. Be that for you. If no one else is gonna do it. I'm just saying this right now. Your relationship, your partner, your friend, your this and that, they're great. They're awesome. Thank God you have that in your life. Like, I'm just being honest with you. No one's going to care about you more than you. So please care about you. Please show up for you. Please know that you are worth so much more than you're giving yourself credit for. And if you are giving yourself credit, then pat on the freaking back, because it's not easy. And you are going to, listen, this whole journey, it's not easy, of like finding your voice and needing a voice and saying no to the wrong people and yes to the right people and setting boundaries. It's not easy. It's really not. And I'm not saying I'm like perfect at it. I'm not perfect at it. I'm practicing it every day. Like, there's situations that I find myself in and I'm like, again, but life is not linear. So things come up, things happen. You just have to know how to roll with the punches and learn how to say no. And this is not me being delusionally optimistic, because I know what some of you are thinking. There's no way I could do that. There's no way I could say that. There's no way I could act that way. I'm not telling you to be an a-hole. I'm not telling you to be delusional. I'm not saying go into your job today and be like, I need a $50 raise. Like, I'm not saying that. But if you don't speak up for yourself, it's never going to happen. There's this, did you ever watch it? It's called The Secret. It's on Netflix, I think. It came out a long time ago, and it was like really popular a few years back. But it's called, what does it say? Believe, receive, ask, receive, believe, something like that. If you believe it, you'll receive it, or something like that. I don't remember verbatim what it was, of course, because like, honestly, there's really nothing verbatim I remember here. But it's a really good concept. And the concept, oh my God, story of my life. Do you like my pants though? I have these really cool new pants that I found. They have like these like, where is it? These like little like stretchy things. Ooh, girl, ooh. Okay. It's a really good concept. Hear me out. I don't know how to like put it into words. How do I put this into words? If you don't ask for something, you're never going to get it. So it's like the squeaky wheel gets the grease, or an empty mouth never gets fed, or something along the lines of that. I can't remember verbatim, or whatever it is. I can't remember the analogy, but who cares? Because hopefully you get the point. And if you don't, then I can't help you any further, because I can't even help myself. But if you don't ask for the things that you want and the things that you need, you will never get them. So don't be surprised if it doesn't happen. And if it does happen, then that's great. It's probably going to just take a long time for those things to come. So I would say practice asking for what you want. Practice using your voice. Practice saying no in the right situations with the right people, obviously, and in a good, healthy way, because we're not trying to burn any bridges here. We're not trying to piss anybody off, and we're not trying to get you to lose your job, and I'm not trying to cause chaos in your life, but just know your worth, because a lot of people either don't know it, don't want you to know it, or they're just going to take advantage of you because they can, because you're letting them. So don't let them do that anymore. Okay? That's all I have for you today. And you know what? Excuse me, dying. I'm proud of you for showing up for yourself, because like I said, there are so many other channels you could be on right now. There's so many other things you could be listening to. There's so many other everything, and you're here trying to better yourself, and I just think that's very honorable. I just do. A lot of people just give up on themselves, or they don't know what to do and they don't know where to start. I'm going to tell you where to start. Start with you. Start with using your voice. Start with knowing where you're going, your vision, mission, goal. Write it freaking down. Start setting goals. And I have found this. I've been doing this for a very, very, very long time. It's good to set big goals, okay? Like, it's really, really good, but break them down. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say me and you are going on a road trip right now, and we're going from Florida to California, okay? We need a roadmap. We need a roadmap to get there. I don't know about you, but I don't even know how to get to the grocery store 10 minutes down the road without getting lost. It's true. So we need a roadmap. We need our GPS. We need to put in the coordinates, and we're going to say, okay, we're going there and we want to get there by this date. Okay, that's how GPS works. By this time, by this date. So we have a big goal, but to get to that big goal, we need to set little goals. Like, okay, first turn left, then do this, da da da. You know how GPS works. So the same concept applies when you're setting goals. Do really tiny goals first to get to the big goal. A little bit every single day. I made a video yesterday on my before and my after, my glow up, my whatever. I was an ugly duckling. I was chunky. I was just, if you knew me back then, I know I have a lot of people on the channel and people messaging me from like back when I lived in Connecticut when I was younger, and I was an ugly duckling, and I was a tomboy, and I'm still that person on the inside, but on the outside, I'm not that person anymore. I don't resonate with her. I don't even know who she is. She's dead. But that little girl is still inside of me. And I want you to know that anything you want is achievable and doable, so long as you believe that you deserve it, because you do. Okay, you just have to believe in yourself. And one of the things that I had a girl leave a comment, and I'm going to tag her in this too so she could see it, but was weight loss. She wanted to know more about weight loss. Like, how did I do it? Because I don't know if you know, but I have 3 kids, and with all 3 of them, I'm going to sit back down because we're going in. I have 3, and I gained a lot of weight. I am literally 5 foot nothing. I'm 5 foot nothing. And the only way to grow is out when you're having a baby at my height. I was huge. I was heavy for my frame. Okay. I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable here. I don't want to say, oh, this weight is fat. Like, everybody's different. I have friends that are tall that were my pregnancy weight, and they're like this big. So I don't want to use numbers, but I was very, 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 very heavy. I was like, how many pounds overweight was I? I was 90 pounds overweight. And by overweight, I gained 90 pounds through my pregnancy. For a 5 foot nothing person, that's a lot of weight, okay? And how I lost it and how I got rid of it and my health journey and everything like that is I just took baby steps. I made a really, 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 really big goal to lose all of my baby weight. Not just some of it, all of it. Because I'm extreme. I don't want to just go halfsies. No, we're going allsies. And I wanted to lose all of my weight. And people, I will never forget this. I actually, when I was living in Connecticut, and I know he meant well, but I had someone say to me, like, you're just fat and you just have to live with it. Like, that's just who you are. And that stuck with me for so long. That really fucked with my head. So I know that you've probably been in situations where people have said not really nice things to you. It's not fucking true. Prove them wrong. And if you're not proving them wrong, prove yourself right, okay? Because you deserve it. And so what I did is I just made a really, 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 really big goal and said to everyone, fuck off. It's possible because I'm setting that goal for myself. And yes, it's extreme, but I'm kind of extreme. And I just did a little bit every single day. I worked out a little bit every single day. If it was for 10 minutes, I said to myself, I'm going to work out every single day for 10 minutes, no matter effing what, rain or damn shine. I am going to work out for 10 minutes, whether it's a walk, whether it's squats, whether it's something easy, I'm doing it. I juiced every single day. Look at the back of labels because some juice you can get from the store is absolutely saturated with just sugar crap. So I made my own juice. If you can't buy your own juice, find a local juicery, find a juicing company that can make juices for you. Then I did wellness shots, extremely expensive. You can make your own in a blender. Get a blender. The price you pay for one blender will literally cover 1 week of wellness shots for you, like if you bought them at the store. So invest in yourself because you deserve it. So I made my own juices or bought them. I made wellness shots. I had them every single day. I did intermittent fasting. So I would stop eating at night at like 7 o'clock, and then I wouldn't eat a solid food thing until 12 the next day. Sometimes a little bit earlier because I got lightheaded and you're a mom and you need to feed yourself. But I did intermittent fasting. So don't starve yourself, but just intuitively eat. And then when I would eat, I did a Mediterranean diet. Now, I am not a health specialist by any freaking means. So what works for me, I don't know if it's going to work for you. I'm just telling you what I did. And it worked very well for me. So I did a Mediterranean diet, fishes, meats, fruits. I didn't cut out any carbs. Carbs are energy. Like, to me, I need carbs. I have people tell me all the time, because we were doing a carnivore diet, you need to cut out the carbs. I can't. That's my energy source. Like, I freaking need it. The carnivore diet's really awesome too, if you want to look into that. That's how I lost a lot of my weight. So between the juicing, the carnivore diet, the wellness shots, intuitively eating, intermittent fasting, working out every single day for 10 minutes a day, I'm telling you, I did this every single damn day until I felt confident and happy in my body, and I did not stop. I did not stop. Nothing stopped me, because if you let something stop you, you must not want it badly enough. I'm just saying. Oh, I need to leave to see the photographer. Oh my God, what time is it? Oh my God, I don't know what time it is. I think I'm going to be late. Okay, so I just want you to know that whatever you want to do is possible, so long as you just have to know it's yours already. Know it's yours. Be optimistic about it. Don't let anything bring you down. Do it every single day. Don't let what anyone said to you in the past, whatever, make you feel badly about yourself, because it's not true. It's only true if you believe it and you let it be part of who you are. I literally need to run. Like, I only had 10 minutes, and this is like a 30, almost 35 minute long video. And I'm like, let's go see what time it is. I think I need to leave like right now. Oh my God, what did I do? I went on a tangent. Oh, it's only 9:40. Oh, we're good. No, I need to leave like in 10 minutes. We're not good. We're not good. Good thing I'm dressed. So, listen, I love you. I'm so happy that you're here. Please don't let anyone bring you down. Don't let anyone tell you who the F you are. You need to know who you are for you, honey, okay? For you. So, I hope that helped. And I know sometimes in my videos, I don't go into like super extreme depth. My SpongeBob socks. I love SpongeBob. Sometimes I don't go into like extreme depth of like everything. But if you just catch on to like the little things, everything else will fall into place. Like having a vision, mission, goal for your life. It's not just something I tell you to do. I do it for myself. Literally, like, that's my bread and my butter. That's how I stay on track with my life. And I've got to be honest with you. There's a lot of things in my life that I wish I could do better. There's a lot of things in my life where I'm slacking and I don't like where I am or whatever, and I feel insecure and this and that. But if you work towards it, it'll get better. At least that's what I tell myself. There's the delusional optimistic side. But anyways, I have to get the baby up and dressed. Lord help me. Where's my coffee? I need my coffee. My next goal, Because I am always like, oh, guys, I'm going to do this. My next goal is to, like, work out. What's your next goal? Anyways, give yourself a pat on the back for being here. I went on a freaking rant, but that's what happens here. Okay, guys, bye.